Welcome to Echoes of Faith, where ancient truth speaks into your today. Here, scripture, theology, and the languages of the Bible come alive to build your faith, steady your heart, and draw you closer to God. Our episode today is titled, Joseph in Prison, Faith that Remains Steadfast in Darkness. The scriptural text today is taken from Genesis 39 to 23 and Genesis 40. Joseph's prison season is one of the most misunderstood, yet spiritually significant chapters of his journey. This episode explores what it means to stay faithful when life feels unfair, how God works in hidden places, why destiny is shaped in dark rooms, and how Joseph's integrity shines even in confinement. With rich biblical word studies, theological insight, historical background, philosophy, and psychology, this message will teach you how to maintain faith when your environment contradicts your promise. If you have ever walked through a season where nothing made sense, this episode will help you see God's hand in the shadows and trust His timing when you cannot trace His plan. Place of forgetting. We enter the darkest physical location in Joseph's life. He has gone from the sunlit hills of Canaan to the bottom of a dry pit. He has gone from the pit to the slave market. He has gone from the slave market to the polished floors of Potiphar's house. And now he descends even lower. Genesis 39 to 20 says, Then Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were confined. The Hebrew word for prison used here is sohar. It is a rare word. It literally means the roundhouse or the fortress. This was not a common jail for thieves. It was a high-security facility for political prisoners. It was a place where the enemies of the state disappeared. Joseph is surrounded by darkness. The dampness of the Nile likely seeped into the walls. The air was stale, but as the heavy door slammed shut, something remarkable happened. The door closed, but the presence of God did not leave. Verse 21, But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy. The Hebrew word for mercy here is chesed. This is one of the most important words in the Old Testament. It means covenant loyalty. It means loving kindness. It means a love that stubbornly refuses to let go. The theology here is profound. Potiphar could take away Joseph's robe. He could take away his freedom. He could take away his reputation. But he could not confiscate God's chesed. God's loyalty is not dependent on your location. It is dependent on His character. The ministry of management in the dark. Joseph arrives in chains, but he does not stay in chains mentally. The keeper of the prison looks at Joseph. We do not know how much time passed, but eventually, the warden hands the keys to the prisoner. Verse 22, And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners who were in the prison. Whatever they did there, it was his doing. This is the principle of kingdom leadership. True leadership is not about title. It is about influence. Joseph is technically a convict, but functionally, he is the governor of the jail. He organizes the food. He settles disputes. He manages the schedules. He brings order to chaos. Why does God allow this? Because God is simulating the palace inside the prison. If Joseph cannot manage a dungeon with limited resources, he will never be able to manage a famine with national resources. The prison was his graduate school. He learned how to deal with depressed people. He learned how to deal with angry people. He learned logistics. God often hides you in a low place to develop muscles you will need in a high place. The divine appointments. Some time passes. Then, two high-profile prisoners arrive. The chief cupbearer and the chief baker of the king of Egypt. These were not kitchen staff. In ancient Near Eastern courts, the cupbearer was the chief of security. He tested the wine for poison. He had the king's ear. He was a diplomat. The baker was the chief of provision. These were men of state. The Hebrew phrase suggests that they offended the king. God orchestrated a political scandal in the palace just to get two men into the dungeon with Joseph. Think about the sovereignty involved here. God is moving chess pieces in the throne room of Pharaoh to answer the prayer of a Hebrew slave in the basement. This teaches us about providentia, providence. You might be meeting people in your low season who are the keys to your high season. Joseph did not retreat into a corner. He engaged with them. The pastoral question. One morning, Joseph checks on them. Genesis 40:6 says, "And Joseph came in to them in the morning and looked at them and saw that they were sad." The Hebrew word is za'af, meaning enraged, dejected, or storm-tossed. They were troubled. Joseph asks a simple question. Why do you look so sad today? This question reveals Joseph's heart. He is a prisoner too. He has every right to be bitter. He has every right to say, I have my own problems. But he possesses self-transcendence. He rises above his own trauma to minister to the trauma of others. This is a major psychological and spiritual key. Often, the key to your own breakthrough is found in serving someone else while you are still bleeding. Joseph became a pastor in the prison. He cared about their countenance. If you want to be a leader in God's kingdom, you must notice the faces of the people. You cannot interpret their dreams if you do not care about their sorrow. The theology of dreams. One analogy. They reply, we each have had a dream, and there is no interpreter. In Egypt, dreams were considered messages from the gods. There were professional dream manuals, but in prison, they had no access to the magicians. Joseph's response is theologically precise. Do not interpretations belong to God? The Hebrew verb for interpret is pathar. It means to open up or to dissolve. Joseph does not say, I am an expert. He says, God is the expert. I am just the vessel. Joseph is shifting the glory before the miracle even happens. He is acknowledging that revelation is not a human skill. It is a divine gift. Even in the dark, Joseph maintains a high view of God. The cupbearer's dream. Life. The cupbearer goes first. He sees a vine, 3 branches. It buds, blossoms, and produces ripe grapes. He takes the grapes, presses them into Pharaoh's cup, and places the cup in Pharaoh's hand. Joseph listens. The interpretation comes instantly. The 3 branches are 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will lift up your head and restore you to your place. It is a message of resurrection. The vine is life. The cup is service. The cupbearer is going back to his station. Then, Joseph shows his humanity. Verse 14, but remember me when it is well with you, and please show kindness to me. Make mention of me to Pharaoh, and get me out of this house. He calls the prison a dungeon, or pit. Bore again. He pleads his case. I was stolen. I have done nothing. The Hebrew word for remember is zakar. It is a covenant word. It means to act on behalf of someone based on memory. Joseph is desperate. He sees a door opening. He thinks, this is it. This is my exit strategy. He puts his hope in the influence of a man. The baker's dream, death. The chief baker sees the good interpretation and gets excited. He shares his dream. I also was in my dream, and there were 3 white baskets on my head. In the uppermost basket were all kinds of baked goods for Pharaoh, and the birds ate them out of the basket on my head. Joseph listens. His heart must have sank. The interpretation is not good. The 3 baskets are 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will lift off your head from you and hang you on a tree, and the birds will eat your flesh. This is the burden of the prophet. True prophecy is not always positive. Joseph had to have the integrity to deliver bad news. He did not sugarcoat it. He did not lie to give the man false hope. He told the truth. Theology teaches us that God is the God of life and the God of judgment. Joseph stood in the tension of both, the fulfillment and the forgetting. 3 days later, it is Pharaoh's birthday. Everything happens exactly as Joseph said. The cupbearer is restored to his office. He hands the cup to the king. The baker is executed. We zoom in on the cupbearer. He is happy. He is back in the palace. He is wearing fine linen. We expect him to say, "O king, there is a remarkable young man in the dungeon." But the text delivers a crushing blow. Genesis 40:23. Yet the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. The Hebrew verb is shakak, to ignore, to let slip from the mind. It was not accidental. It was negligence. The cupbearer was so relieved to be saved that he didn't want to bring up the prison. He didn't want to remind the king of his time in jail. So he ghosted Joseph. Imagine Joseph waiting. Day 1, he will tell him today. Day 2, maybe tomorrow. Week 1, month 1, year 1, year 2. The theology of the 2 years Amem. Genesis 41:1 opens with, "Then it came to pass, at the end of 2 full years." 2 years. This is the hardest part of the story. The crisis is over. The excitement of the dreams is over. Now, it is just the daily grind of silence. Theologians call this the Deus absconditus, the hidden God. God is silent. Why did God allow the cupbearer to forget? Because if the cupbearer had mentioned Joseph immediately, Joseph might have been released and sent back to Canaan. He would have been free, but he would not have been prime minister. Or he might have become a lower-level servant in the court. God needed Joseph to stay in prison until Pharaoh had a dream. The timing had to be perfect. The delay was not a denial. The delay was a setup for a divine intersection. Sometimes God allows men to forget you so that you remain hidden until the fullness of time. Psychological insight. Learned hope. Psychology talks about learned helplessness. When you try and fail so many times, you stop trying. Joseph is in danger of this. He did everything right. He served, he interpreted, and he was still abandoned. But Joseph practiced learned hope. He kept running the prison. He kept waking up. He kept serving. In the Latin tradition, this is spem in alium hope, in another. He realized his hope could not be in the cupbearer. It had to be in Yahweh. The disappointment weaned him off human dependency. By the time he stands before Pharaoh, he will not be asking for favors. He will be speaking with authority. The 2 years of silence matured him from a boy seeking approval to a man carrying authority. Real-life application. You may be in the 2 years right now. You helped someone, and they forgot you. You did the right thing, and you are punished. You have prayed, and the sky is silent. This is not the time to give up. This is the time to deepen. Like a tree in winter, the growth is happening underground. Your roots are going down into the bedrock of God's character. Do not let the bitterness of the cupbearer's amnesia poison your spirit. Forgive those who forgot you. They were just props in God's play. They could not open the door because they did not hold the key. Only God holds the master key to your destiny. Final reflection. Joseph in prison teaches us that God is not limited by our environment. He is the God of the palace, and He is the God of the prison. He is working in the silence. He is working in the delay. Your character is being forged. Your compassion is being deepened. Your capacity is being expanded. Hold on. The prison door is locked from the outside, but God has the key. And when He turns it, no man can shut it. Thank you for sitting with Joseph in the dark. The 2 years are almost up. The night is almost over. Pharaoh is about to close his eyes and see cows coming out of the Nile. And everything is going to change. Thank you for listening to Echoes of Faith. May the word you heard today strengthen your spirit, renew your hope, and deepen your walk with God. Until next time, keep your heart open and let faith speak.